I don't know if we got the music from the first one or the second one, but I know that we're on right now. And welcome everybody to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer edition of the Rewatchers Council. So glad that you're joining myself. I am Snark, but maybe more glad that you're joined also by fellow council members. First of all, from the Bay Area ish. I'm just waiting, holding to see who thinks it is. Brennan Mars here. Brennan, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, doing good.
Adam boy. Also, hailing from that said Bay Area. Now, we didn't say which bay, not Hudson Bay. It's just not Hudson Bay. Ferris Muthana is here. Ferris, how you doing, pal?
From Pelican Bay, baby.
Pelican Bay.
That's a jail. That's actually a jail in LA.
It sounds made up.
Yeah, no, it's actually a real place. Go watch.
Please don't say a fictional show. Please don't say a fictional show.
When it was Training Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of fictional.
Yeah, no, it is fictional. It's a movie. It's based on a true story, though. That
okay. Was Snoop Dogg in that one?
I think he was.
I think he was too. Guys, we're going to talk about the Yoko Factor. We're on season 4, episode 20. The end is near for this, let's say, up and down season. I wouldn't say it's definitely.
Well, Rob, you lied to me.
Everyone. Yeah, why?
You lied to me. You lied to me.
What did I do?
Because you said after season 1 or 2, the next 3 seasons are tremendous.
It has tremendous things. Like some of the best episodes ever are in this season.
Nah, you told me they're all tremendous, so I feel lied to.
I don't believe I would have said that.
Well,
especially about
Adam doesn't make the most interesting villain.
Yeah.
No, this is by far the worst big bad. But good news, guys. We got 2 episodes after this one, but the story kind of wraps up after this. It's a very, and then we get Restless after this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll talk about that in a couple episodes. Now, first off, we got to talk about when this actually came out, and it was May the 9th of 2000, written by good old Doug Petrie. Okay, you're supposed to be able to trust. You're supposed to be able to trust him. The last one he did here was This Year's Girl, directed by David Grossman. His last episode he directed, Superstar. You did not like Superstar, Ferris. I absolutely love it.
I don't remember Superstar. That's probably why I don't like it.
It's the all Jonathan episode. Jonathan
Superstar.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I hated that one.
Yeah, you're not a big absolutely insane. Insanity. Now,
you didn't like it either. What are you talking about?
I love Superstar.
Oh, you love
Superstar? I believe I mentioned that 100 times.
Okay.
Well, maybe not so many. Don't quote me on it, all right?
I'll just say it's okay.
You are a monster too, sir.
Thank you,
monster. Now, the number 1 movie in your United States of America, even if you live in a fake place called Pelican Bay. An absolute classic, and this is no joke. Recently had a sequel done of it. Its first sequel, and now they're supposedly planning another. Gladiator was the number 1 movie when this episode of television.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you not entertained, guys?
Not the second one.
Oh no, not the second one.
You didn't like the second one? Yes. I haven't seen it yet.
No, let's just say the only good thing about that movie was Denzel.
Yeah. Yes. Well, yes. I was like excited. I heard so many people crying about Denzel. It's like, it's Denzel Washington, right?
The only good part of
Denzel Murphy or something like that in the summer we haven't
him and Pedro.
But let's just say that the original is a classic.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, love that first one. Now, speaking of classics, and I know this is probably in the top 5 all-time favorites of Ferris Muthana.
Ooh.
Number 1, once again this week in your United States of America, Bye 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 by NSYNC.
I wait. Oh no, I don't.
It ain't no lie, Ferris.
Yeah, I prefer I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys.
Taco Bell near me that always plays like music from that time period.
Tell me why, Ferris. Tell me why. Now,
ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Yes.
All right. The number 1 song in the UK, and this one is yes. They've gone UK on us again. They keep doing this.
Is it Robbie Williams?
No, it's Bound for the Reload, Casualty.
Good
by
grief.
What?
Oxide and Neutrino.
Oh god.
I don't know. I don't know what they be up in there across the pond.
I don't know what they're drinking over there.
Their
either.
popular music consisted of recently formed boy bands or
Ooh.
electronic stuff with ridiculous names. Oxide and Neutrino, of course, one of the classics from.
Am I overestimating their love for Robbie Williams?
No,
Okay.
no, I was at Live Aid. I was right near the front of the stage, and there's 200,000 people there, and you could feel it. You could feel people singing like through you. It was amazing. One of the greatest experiences of my life. Okay, number one song
Robbie
in Canada.
Williams?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
like when they sang Angel, incredible. When they started jumping up and down for Let Me Entertain You,
That's a
incredible.
great song. That's a
Incredible.
great song.
Incredible. It's something. And I just went to Oasis. Okay, I'm gonna say I went to Oasis in Toronto. It was a lot of fun, but it's so different. If you could have gone to see them over in England or in Ireland, it would have been way more fun. Way more fun. The crowd would have been way more into it. Anyways,
And
number one
Canadians
song.
are just not into it.
Yeah, right. Number one song in Canada, another disappointment. Once again, it's American Pie by Madonna. We don't like talking about it. But this is also the country that had Chumbawamba's as a number one song for like 3 months.
Hey, that's a great song. All right.
For 3 months.
It's a great song, man. Hey, you get knocked down, you get up again. Okay. All right.
This one is a remake of a classic song to a movie no one can ever remember.
Are you saying that Madonna did a cover of American Pie?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Yeah, Don McLean's
that
American
sounds like
Pie.
blasphemy.
Yeah, well, yes. I'm
I
not going to argue.
I actually went record shopping, and I almost bought that album. Rob, I got to show you some of the records I got. Rob, I got to show you some of the records I got.
I can show you some of my records.
American Pie.
Yeah, I got to show you.
Well, you were gonna get American Pie by Don McLean.
I was going to. It was literally right there. I was gonna buy it. I was like, I only know one song off of this album.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna buy it.
I was a little surprised.
Let's just say this.
Yeah.
Who? That's my clue. Who?
Oh.
I'm just saying that Weird Al does a great terrible.
I know you like a certain set of programs. So I'm imagining, and I know that we talked about another album. All right. Yes. Well, yeah. We'll see who's next after we talk about this episode. Now, of course, we have to go. Start from the beginning, and good old Colonel McNamara is back, reporting in to some bureaucrat. Now that we have bureaucrats involved in all of this, you know, he's first off, I want to talk about that office. That office is meant for an army officer. What is up with this? With like the vase, the television, the carpet, the way it's painted and stuff like that. That does not seem like an army officer's office. I can tell you guys that. He's commending the morale of the troops, you know, complimenting his men, but also he's talking about the overcrowding of the HSTs. He's not going to take the blame for any of this. All this mess was, you know, not him. This is, you know, usual army stuff. Tells me you think that Finn thought too much to be the kind of officer they hope for. These bureaucrats want Finn back for some reason. Again, I don't know what the love for Finn is at this point. You know, they're like, oh, we need to have him back, though. McNamara says, don't worry about it. He's not going to be too far from Buffy, who's just a girl, he says.
Just a girl?
Just a girl that just took out his entire initiative, held him hostage.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't think he's paying attention.
Yeah. McNamara, maybe not. Maybe that's why they sent him over to the initiative. It's like, we can't have him on the more important stuff. Just tell him the stuff that nobody can ever talk about or explain. That's all. We see Adam and Spike making plans. You know, you see him warning against, you know, Spike's going to warn him against underestimating Buffy. He wants her to be in the thick of it with everything when everything goes down, Adam, for some reason. It's a problem with people who think they're too smart. You know, they don't think about, you know, consequences of chaos. Chaos, which is something he says he enjoys a lot. So I don't know.
It's because he thinks because he's smart he can just control people, but the one thing that's the uncontrollable variable in anything, Rob, is human beings.
Right. I was gonna say a girl who used to be a teenage girl who has superpowers.
Well, that too.
Yeah, there you go. Adam says he's planning on Buffy doing all this stuff. It's like, well, I don't know about that. They keep going on. Spike's gonna be bragging about killing 2 Slayers.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see more of that
Mm.
coming up. This is gonna stay canon. Adam is gonna ask why not Buffy then? He's gonna blame bad luck. Maybe that chip that neutered,
Mm-hmm.
what he really is and stuff like that. And then Adam's gonna go on another huge poetic diatribe about making Spike savage again. Spike is getting into it. This is like it's halftime.
Is it what? No, I like how Spike's like, oh yeah. But what do you think,
Yeah.
Spike? What do you think he's gonna do to you? He's gonna burrow into your skull and take the chip out.
Yes.
That's gonna hurt.
They burrowed into his skull to put it in, and he didn't even lose any hair.
Well, he's probably asleep.
Okay, they should have put that severance chip in there.
Does Adam have anesthesia, Rob?
Yep, we'll see. He's a smart guy. He's got he knows all the variables supposedly. Anyways, Spike compares him to Tony Robbins.
What a early 2090s reference, man.
100%.
What a time capsule.
He's been spending a lot of time with his black and white TV and the crypt or whatever, getting the infomercials at the end. And
I don't think Tony Robbins.
Were you even alive for infomercials fairs?
Oh yeah, I almost bought a set of knives.
Oh my god!
Absolutely.
The knives that cut through steel.
The Jinsu,
yeah.
They cut a can. They can cut.
It's like when you would like watch, and it'll be like at the end of the night, it'd be called paid programming. You're like, what the hell's paid programming? And it's a demonstration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one dude who has a boat and stuff like that. I don't think that guy was actually very good at what he did. Anyways, the plan's made. They're gonna separate Buffy from her greatest advantage, guys. Her friends. They never argue or anything. It's gonna be tough to separate. Spike plans on having them turn on her. It's just that point of the season. They always seem to do this kind of thing. See Buffy getting back from the events that happened in LA. She had walked in on Angel comforting Faith. Like, and then everything went to hell. They had a writer go in who doesn't know Buffy's voice at all, made her look pretty bad. I'm going to say in that episode. I'm not a big fan of her in that episode. But anyways, the dorm room's empty. Willow's got other things to do. So she goes to bed. We see Xander go and talk with Riley at the old high school. They're going to discuss their mutual distrust of Angel. Xander's going to give him maybe the most 90s set of pants you've ever seen, pants and shirt. Now,
got a set of pants from Gotham Steel from an infomercial. They were terrible.
I can see it.
Oh, that era, I remember it well.
I remember Zubaz. I've never owned a pair, but that used to be the big deal. Zubaz pants on fellas. They would wear those around. Anyways, Riley thought that she told him everything about her relationship with Angel. You remember she has to tell him something at the end of the last episode. Seems to have forgotten to mention one thing. When she added Angel to the body count, which is, you'd think it's something if you're going to put cards on the table, just say that and say why and say what happened. But, Buffy keeps secrets. Buffy isn't always so reliable when it comes to giving you the truth and stuff like that. So, anyways, Riley gets it in his head. That's why she went to LA, because she wanted to spend some time, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
with Angel. Xander's going to shut that down. Says he's going to feel better when he sees her. Of course, he has to go to her. She isn't going to be the one to go to him. But anyways, we're going to see former punk rocker, if you remember. They at one time on this very program put a shot of Anthony Stewart Head on Sid Vicious' body.
Oh, yes.
And said this is Ripper in the 70s. Now he's singing acoustic versions of Freebird to himself in his apartment. There's a lot of things that just don't make sense. And him saying that he was also a founding member of Pink Floyd when he was lying about that earlier and stuff like that. Again, as a punk rocker, just doesn't make sense. But that's fine. That's fine. He doesn't know to Spike. And then when he does, he gets a tremendous yelp, which I always laugh at 100% of the time. Mm-hmm. Spike says he has some files from the initiative, he knows how to go in there and stuff like that. They're all about Adam and Maggie Walsh's, involvement.
Dirty laundry.
Yeah, he wants to sell it for boatloads of cash and protection and blood and a guarantee of no slaying him, which is that's probably a pretty easy one to take. You know what? It's like if you break that promise, you're not gonna have to live with the guilt for long. He's just gonna be gone. You're not gonna be able to see him. But the Giles saying, okay, that's fine. It's done. Isn't good enough for Spike. He wants the okay from the Slayer herself, not her former watcher, who he says she says is just a retired librarian. Ferris. Hitting him in the heart. He knows he's been a layabout for a little while since being booted from the council. But next, we're going to see Tara and Willow. Who else are we going to see? Brennan? Miss Kitty Fantastico. We finally get to see her.
Yes.
Willow's going to call her ours and then corrects herself. But Tara says, no. She can be ours. Don't, if you want to do that. Now, there's going to start picking classes for the next semester. Then this talk turns to where are you guys gonna stay next semester? Tara's talking about houses off campus. She says, I thought I'd stick with Buffy forever and ever until we're old and gray. But they haven't really talked at all. Mm-hmm. So who knows what that's gonna go, whatever. And they said, oh, we've been both so busy. We've been both so busy that we haven't had a minute to talk about school and stuff like that. That part I get. Because they have been, kind of busy and in their own lives and stuff like that. It's not like Buffy's busy trying to save worlds or anything like that. Guys, come on. She's a regular college student. We see Riley go over to Buffy's to see her since she hasn't come to see him. She wonders if it's okay for him to be there. Turns out he passed in. I don't know if that's just through a regular walkie-talkie. That's what it looks like with a bunch of duct tape on it. But he knew the frequency to go after to find out for the initiative. So he says, it's tough for them to find him when he knows what they're doing and stuff like that. Anyways, she's being very awkward. Mm-hmm. He's going to pick on her. He thinks that Angel upset her, but it's not that interesting. He disagrees, said that Angel had spun her head when she was in LA. Again, this is like LA was more on the other way. She wants to patrol and she wants to talk. Riley blames Xander's pants on everything. Yes, and that could be 50%. She said, and Riley says, leave. She says he doesn't have to. Come on. Yeah. Those pants, you gotta. Who wants to be seen with anyone wearing pants like that?
Are those Zubas? What are those?
Zubaz. It looks like Zubaz.
Yeah.
It looks like Zubaz. It looks like he is a professional wrestler on his day off, kind of thing. Professional wrestler doing the laundry. That's the kind of thing. Like
NFL head coaches used to wear those.
Well, they had to. I think they were told to. If not, are you really even a coach anymore?
Yeah. They wore the Zubazes with the starter tracksuits. or the starter
Yeah,
jacket.
you could also eventually wear sweatshirts with the
Mhm.
sleeves cut off like a bum.
Yes.
Anyways, now it's time for Spike to sabotage Xander's relationship with Buffy.
Mhm.
Has Xander bring him clothes so he can sneak into the initiative here. He brings a fake gun for some. Why would you bring a fake gun to Spike?
Mm.
And why would Spike think that pointing this fake gun, which you didn't know was fake, wouldn't set the chip off? I think maybe
Mhm.
that's just to remind people of what this chip is going to do. But he says he's going to need that gun for self defense, anyways. How are you going to self defend yourself when you're
Like hit him with
in?
the butt.
You can't hit him. You can't.
Mhm.
You can't think violently. You even point this. Like Anya makes fun of him. You can't even point a fake.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little bit annoying on Spike, but he doesn't. He deserves it. I'm going to say that. Spike tells him that the other Scoobies were talking about. He's going to be. They're going to send him off to boot camp here. They're going to send. They're going to send him to the army here.
I don't know how stupid these people are, and they just believe anything he says.
Yeah. I think they had to do some stretching here in this
Mhm.
episode.
Yeah,
The Scoobies have an argument. It seems every season. I guess it was just time
it was time for
in
the
the season
argument.
for having what and why would
Mhm.
anybody would take Spike's word for anything in this
I
is ridiculous.
his word is as good as that fake meat they make in Impossible Burgers. It's not real.
Mhm.
Wow. I thought it was made of deer. No, I guess not. Okay, so
What? What?
it's kind of fake meat. Now,
Yeah.
it's not something you'd regularly buy at a store. It's not like anyone's going
Mhm.
through this thing to make sure. Now, good news for Xander. Anya tells us all that he's a Viking in the sack.
Oh.
Didn't need to know that.
Maybe he drinks mead. Maybe that's all it means. He has a decent night's sleep. Now,
Mhm.
he thinks that because he works for a living, that they all think that he's a joke. We're gonna find out he gets fired from another couple of jobs we haven't heard about here, guys. Number
Hmm.
one,
Mhm.
he gets fired from Starbucks, which is okay, I can see that. Number two, he gets fired from a phone sex line. He gets fired from a phone
Okay.
sex line.
Honestly, I don't know who would ever hire him. That's crazy.
It's an
Was
interesting
a
choice.
He was a stripper at one point in the summer, if you'll remember right. And his car broke down. He had to do some unspeakable things at that restaurant in rural California. So, yep, this
Mhm.
is just part. He's a man's got to make a wage. A man has to make a living, and Anya likes things. So there you go. She was
Yeah,
fine
it's
with it.
true. She does like
She
things.
she tells him that oh yeah, they all look down on you. Spike said they were all having a laugh, but Xander isn't laughing about this. Xander's taking this very seriously. No,
Mhm.
Buffy's going to run into Forrest on patrol, her old pal. They're both looking for Adam. They're both at the same kind of cave thing. They're both going into the same place. All coincidental. Everybody, don't worry about that. Forrest is going to blame her for breaking up the family. And she asks if she really thinks that she's Riley's first girlfriend. I don't know why that would matter to her at all. Then wonders how such a big head can fit on a tiny body. Now that is something.
That is
That is
true.
something. I remember when that was told to Julia Louis Dreyfus on Seinfeld, and Elaine kind of went nuts, just thinking that she had a big head. If you remember Seinfeld at all, it's an absolute classic.
I
Yeah.
have the VHS set.
Why do you do this to me?
What?
Why do you do this to me? Anyways, she says that Forrest says that Buffy ruined Riley's future.
Mhm.
She wants to know what future he could have had. Maybe torture, possibly a little murder
Mhm.
thrown in there. Ferris. Forrest says killing someone is becoming less of a burden to him. He's acting like a big tough guy.
Yep.
All right. Makes a little threat towards her. Gets warned. Just like, no. But Adam's gonna appear. It's like, oh, they picked the right cave after all. Fight's on. Buffy's just gonna tell Forrest to beat it. But her
He doesn't
attacks still
listen.
have. Well, her attacks seem to still have nothing. It has no effect at all on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna toss her like a rag doll away. Forrest is gonna make a little mistake, and that's shoot his shock weapon, his electro shock weapon over at
Mm-hmm.
Buffy. Powers him up. It's gonna power him up. He politely says thank you, which is
It's nice.
you can't. Yeah, what are you gonna do? To use the polite language in this one, but of course, he goes from polite to pretty unpolite because he's gonna skewer Forrest
Stabs
to
him
death.
right in the gut.
He's gonna skewer him with his little stick thing. In his
I
arm.
yelled, they killed Sean Taylor from Drumline.
You know what? I was watching Smallville and I saw him show up and stuff. I started bouncing. He's from Krypton. I thought he may have been.
Oh yeah,
God,
he's one of the
yeah.
Kryptonians. Yeah.
Yeah.
That funny enough, Spike is also in Smallville.
Yes, he was in that season. I'm probably pretty sure
Yes.
he was in that episode. Anyways,
Yes, he's Brainiac, I think. Oh,
no
sorry.
spoilers. No spoilers.
Mm.
He's a professor. He's a professor.
Yes.
At Smallville U or whatever it is. Is it Metropolis University? I think that's right.
No, it's like some Kansas something. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, Adam's gonna take that shotgun, shoot with it, gives her a little bit of a jolt, gonna run off, all downhill, a little clumsily. Her head on a rock, get knocked out. Gets knocked out. You know one thing we haven't used barely at all this entire season? My Xander knockout board. We're still stuck. We're stuck on 11. We're stuck on 11, guys.
Mhm.
If I would have had Giles every time he was knocked out, we would have needed a new board. I wouldn't need it. Anyways, Spike's going to go back to Giles' place, pretending he just returned from the initiative. Brings them some discs. Giles is currently getting hammered on Glenlivet, which is a lot of fun. Asks if he had problems getting in or out. Spike says they're a couple on the way out that he had to deal with. How is he supposed to deal with this? By tricking them or something like that? It's not like he could actually do physical violence to them, but no one's picking up on this.
Mhm.
Giles asked him if he gave them a good running away from, which is I always laugh about that. Anyways, why wouldn't Spike just say that, or why wouldn't anybody have picked up on Spike just lying?
That's what I'm saying, man. It just made them look dumb. I didn't like it. I didn't like it whatsoever.
It's true. It's very true.
I think they just wanted to
They wanted an
they're at that
argument.
point. They just wanted an argument. They just wanted to fight about something here. Willow's gonna go check the disc for Adam info. This is where Spike notices Tara touching Willow's hair. So then he's gonna turn his attention quickly to Giles, tries to emasculate him again. This time we see the discs are encrypted. Willow says it's gonna be difficult to crack them. Spike is saying, well, maybe you're not such a whiz anymore. This is when we get the ever a whiz there was, kind of Wizard of Oz things. He's also going to lament about never getting paid because these guys can't get it together. Willow's going to push back on all of this. Spike says that the others say she's not as much of a whiz these days since getting into the whole Wicca thing. It's about the whole Wicca thing.
Sounds like a euphemism.
She wants to, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Maybe
you're right. She wants to know what they were talking about. He says, no, it's just a phase. They say it's a phase. She's going to get over it. You know what I mean? Spike says that Buffy tried to defend her, but Xander said she was just being trendy. She's one of those trendy Wiccans. Spike says if someone wants to be a witch, it's their business. Willow says that she knew Buffy was freaked. Now, Buffy was freaked, but she just found out something about her friend that she had no idea was coming. So of course, give her time to get over that and stuff like that. But anyways, moving on, we go back to the initiative. They're worried about all the overcrowding in the cells. They've been doing a bang up job getting all these demons in. I wonder. what would happen if they had all these demons in at one time? If something would happen to those cells. But anyways, McNamara is going to say they're going to keep packing them in. It has no problem. That if they tear each other apart, which doesn't seem like they've been doing at all, they hear a call over the radio, and so does Riley on his little walkie-talkie, that a team is being attacked.
Yes.
Riley's going to get his gear and head out. Eventually runs into an alley where you see some of these soldiers are getting thrown about. Finds Angel in from LA just in time for this episode. Somehow knows who he is right away. It's not, guys, again, he can't see a picture of him. He can't be photographed, so I don't know how he automatically knew he was.
Buffy did an amazing explanation.
Maybe he just felt it in his heart.
That too.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes you just know, Rob.
Like
I knew you were going to be my bitter enemy when I first met you.
This is insanity.
Yes.
This is insanity. We're supposed to be brothers. Now, he's going to ask.
More like uncle and nephew. Let's calm down.
Okay. I wasn't going to say anything like that. Maybe, never mind. Anyways, he's going to ask Angel if he's lost his soul again. Angel does act like his dad here, though. When he says, "Don't push me, boy." It always reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons with the Homer Simpson or whatever goes to the bank teller and says, "Excuse me, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe you have a letter for me." Says, "Mr. Burns, okay, Mr. Burns, what's your first name?" He says, "I don't know." And this next thing you see them outside the post office, he says, "Great idea, boy." Now, that'll always stick with me about what happens here. Now, Riley then goes straight to thinking that he and Buffy got a little too close, if you know what I mean, in Los Angeles. Maybe not so trusting here by Riley in this relationship. It's a new
Understandable.
And Angel says that's between himself and her. You could have just ended that there. You know, said, "Oh, we didn't do anything. I'm not, whatever." Dumb. Anyways, the fight starts now. Riley's actually hangs in there with Angel, which is kind of surprising. Eventually tases him. This is going to bring out Angel's vampire face. Now he's going to start throwing Riley around here a little bit. But they see he hears something or whatever, and it's like, oh, he's got to get back up on the roof, get out of here. He's going to take off. Riley's going to limp away too, just in time, just as the army truck turns the corner of this back alley. And anyways, we're going to see Buffy going back to the dorm. She has a large gash on her head. Good thing she does heal quickly. This is something she's mentioned quite a few times, but as soon as she gets there, like, Angel's going to knock on the door. Now, she has to be reminded to invite him in. This is something that they keep forgetting about. Over on Angel, he has to keep getting invited in. But the writers on this show, I think, set the rules and stuff. Yeah, you got to invite her in. No, anyways, they see that each other has been fighting. Angel doesn't give up who he is fighting with. Well, maybe she doesn't need to know, but Buffy immediately is going to start guilt-tripping him, just like she did in Los Angeles, saying he's there to say hurtful things. He's there to say hurtful things? She's the one who, at the end, he's like, I got a boyfriend, right? I love this new boyfriend. Right? No. She was the one who was nasty in LA, not the other way. Then, of course, Riley's going to bust in with a gun drawn. If he knows that's Angel, he should know that gun's not going to do anything except get a certain vampire slayer pretty upset. Anyways, Buffy thinks that Angel just came to start shit with him again. Angel says it was accidental that they met up. She's going to want explanations. Angel wants the gun lord, obviously. Riley's not going to do it. There's all kinds of testosterone going here, guys. Angel questions why she would sleep with Riley in the first place. They start hitting each other. Buffy's going to break it up. She tells Riley she needs to talk to Angel alone. Riley says, no. I am not moving one single inch.
Mm-hmm.
So the Angel and her just go out to the hallway, which is smart. Angel gets in shit now for treating Buffy like an axe. How else is he supposed to treat her? What do you want him to do?
You are my
Anyway,
ex.
yeah. No. He says he was just trying to make things better. They're gonna have a bit of a laugh about it. He didn't like how things ended in Los Angeles. He wants to come to apologize. There were things, and he has one in his pocket called cell phones. Just call. You know what? You want to make things better quickly? Just give her a call.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's probably what Alexander Graham Bell invented the damn thing for, anyways.
You know it.
Indeed.
Probably did
Indeed.
somebody wrong, didn't want to do it in person, but still
So-
wanted to let people know this is what was going to happen. He's going to be apologetic. So this
Yep.
is what happened.
And I
Anyways,
think that's why texting was invented, because people wanted to do something bad and they just wanted to text it and leave.
yeah, he explains the soldier and Riley fight as good as he can. She wants him to see everything through Riley's eyes for some reason. She's going to sort of apologizing for barging in LA and making judgments. He's going to apologize again. It's an apologetic fest here. If you like apologies, guys, this is the scene for you. Anyway, he does promise to do it by phone next time. Ask if he can do anything to help. She says it means a lot, but no. What are you going to do? Just help me defeat a unstoppable monster. There's no way you could help with that. He leaves, but he says he doesn't like Riley first, and she appreciates that. It's like your dad saying, you don't like somebody.
Rob, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird you saying his dad when we know she had sex with him. That's kind of weird. All right, not gonna lie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, he shouldn't have to say, I don't like Riley, and her saying thank you. So I don't care what you think. Beat it, dummy. Anyway, Adam and Spike are going to talk once again. Spike's telling Adam about the Yoko Factor plan, where Yoko was just there while everything.
Group was already breaking up.
Yeah, Yoko wasn't going to each individual person saying shit. I don't think Yoko ever, didn't talk to them very much at all, especially when it came to official business and stuff like that. She was seemingly friendly. We all know who broke up the Beatles, isn't that right, Ferris?
It was George Harrison.
George Harrison broke up the Beatles.
Oh, really? I was just guessing.
he couldn't get enough of his songs and stuff like that. He had all these things in his head, and the album he puts out, All Things Must Pass, right afterwards. Fantastic. He does get sued for quite a lot of money for plagiarism, for plagiarizing He's So Fine or whatever on the song My Sweet Lord. But what are you going to do?
Wait. Who wrote He's So Fine?
The Chiffons. That's a chiffon song.
Oh, he got sued for plagiarism? Then I got no respect for him then.
Dulang. I don't know how plagiaristic it is, considering that Chuck Berry never got a single cent from every song that the Beach Boys ever ripped him off from, which is every single one of their hits.
Oh, the Beach Boys ripped off Chuck Berry? I thought the Beatles ripped off Chuck Berry.
Oh, no.
Everybody ripped off Chuck Berry.
I think everybody ripped off Chuck Berry, but I thought it was the Beatles ripped off Chuck Berry.
But the Beach Boys did it note for note. They just changed the words. They were a bunch of blonde-haired white kids from Los Angeles. Let's see. Sweet Little 16. They wrote.
That's horrible, man. I used to like the Beach Boys.
Remember something. Well, they eventually became great, and also most of the songs and whatever was the actual band playing was the Wrecking Crew, but probably from Brian Wilson's music. But when Chuck Berry said "Sweet Little 16," he probably meant like 4 years earlier than that, because he was a legitimate monster. No one should ever feel sorry for Chuck Berry, ever.
Okay,
anyways,
all right, got it. You got it.
And Adam's pleased that the the Scoobies are being separated. Spike wants that chipectomy done right away. Adam says he needs another thing for him to do before he does anything like that. We're going to have Buffy and Riley talk now before she starts. He wants to say something. He says he thinks they've gotten close, but considering Angel, he asks that he break her heart real quick. He's He's figuring, oh no, this has happened between the two of them. She's a little stunned by this. Asks if they think they went, what do you call it, curse causing
Mm-hmm.
when she was down in L.A. Riley asks if, well, didn't you? Because he has no trust in her, I guess. Buffy says, of course not. Questions why he would ask something like that. And then he throws Xander under the bus immediately.
Why not?
Immediately he throws
I'm
Xander. Well,
to be quite honest, I'm okay with it.
yeah. She doesn't bring this up at the end when they were starting their little quarrel, though. She never brings up, like, what did you say about Riley? If as far as I remember it. Anyways, Riley starts doing relationship math, thinks that Angel's bad again. She informs him he isn't. So it's like, oh, that's the regular Angel. All right. She asks if she's ever given a reason not to trust her. He says no. But has she ever given him chance or reasons not to trust her? She keeps a lot of secrets from him. She'll also disappear without saying stuff down to L.A. for a while for her ex-boyfriend. There's a lot of things that Buffy has done that can be a little sus. A little sus. You ask me. You know what I mean? She isn't not like she's the best girlfriend. He's definitely not the best boyfriend, as we're going to find out, coming up. Anyways, he tells her that he's so in love with her, he can't think straight, guys, which is incredibly romantic.
Mm-hmm.
She says, tell me about it. Now, the week before on Angel, she tells Angel she loves him. When you say, tell me about it to someone who finally says, I love you so much, blah, 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 that's basically like saying, me too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the best way to answer that. Anyways, she has something else to say though. She's gonna tell the Forrest is dead. After all this, it's like, okay, that's great. Guess what? One of your best friends was killed in front of me. So this is just gonna cause Riley just to get up and he has to go. For some reason he just has to leave, which is whatever. He does leave. So we're going to go back to Giles' place. Will's still trying to decode that disc. Buffy's there now. She wants to know how long. Willow's going to say like hours, weeks. She says months. Isn't out of the question at this point. Giles is going to continue getting shit-faced, which is
Choice.
one of my favorite things that they do in this entire thing. He's going to... Buffy's gonna get impatient now. Anya, of all people, are gonna defend Willow and Xander. Giles is gonna keep happily pouring his drinks here. Buffy's gonna apologize, but she knows time is short. She knows how she can get, but time's getting short here. She's gonna start working through events. Knows where to start if she has to go and track Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Willow tells her she can't go back alone. Giles says that since she's no longer training with him, Adam was going to kick her ass. Buffy has a problem with that for some reason. But
I would too. I'm not going to lie to you. I would as well.
And Giles is going to apologize for his honesty. Xander's calling for weapons for everybody. Buffy's going to shut him down. Once again, he's going to get told, no, you can't go. No, you're going to get in the way. This is something that happens. Again, every year to Xander. He's going to get butthurt once again. It says her and Willow are going to be superheroes. He's stuck in the Batcave with crusty old Alfred. This is when Just says, no,
At least Alfred had a job.
Alfred has a job, which is awesome. Now,
how is he? If he has no job, how is he paying rent in that apartment?
I'm sure he got paid quite handsomely while he was in the Watchers Council. They have guys that can turn lead into gold, for instance. I'm sure he has a lot of money saved up. You don't have to worry. But I think he also has, a comfortable apartment in Sunnydale, California. It's not like he's living in a mansion. He doesn't have a staff around him. He has a 1-bedroom place and a townhouse, it looks like. So I think living within his means. You know what I mean? Plus, you're probably going to get something for your school blowing up. You know what I mean? I don't think they just say, okay, you can't get any more money. His school, his employment blew up. I'm sure there's a
That
little
is
bit of
true.
workers' compensation. Anyways, Buffy's going to reiterate. She has to do all of this stuff solo. Willow's going to give her crap for this again. Xander offers how it might be because of the fighting pants. Buffy says none of this is gonna help. Says that they're getting pretty good at getting in the way. Xander's then gonna bring up them wanting to ship him off to boot camp of all things.
Yep.
Then accuses Willow and Buffy of talking behind his back. Buffy's gonna bring up now. Oh yeah, so she does. Brings
The
up what he
fight.
said to Riley. And
Yep. The
so
fight has begun.
Giles is gonna start laughing about Fort Dix, which is yes.
Of
I
course. Yes.
If I didn't know about Fort Dix, I would have been howling in laughter. Buffy asks if he's drunk. He says yes, quite a bit actually, which is a fun thing to say. She tells him to stop it. Says that all this is stupid. Calls Xander an idiot. Which is sure, yeah. It's just the annual
Truth.
Scooby fight, guys. This
Yep.
happens every year. Tara and Anya now going to discuss everything that's going on in the bathroom.
I feel sorry for them.
They've done the reasonable thing and gotten her.
Willow admits to Tara being her girlfriend.
That's coming up right away, and it doesn't. And maybe the guy who doesn't think he's an idiot takes him a couple of seconds here. As you know, we're gonna see Giles try to stumble off to bed. Xander accusing Willow of hating Anya. It's fair. Willow calls Xander and Buffy both judgmental. Xander's gonna get Giles' sweater thrown in his face. At this time, Buffy says she's too open-minded about all their stupid decisions. Xander's going to call her superior just because she's better than them. She doesn't figure out. Buffy asks what happened to all of them today. Willow's going to say things have been wrong for a while. Says Buffy can't handle Tara being her girlfriend. Xander's going to stick up for Willow. Saying it's more like how they went off for college and left him in his basement. Then realizes she said that Tara is her girlfriend. Now, we're going to hear Giles from upstairs just yell bloody hell. So maybe this is the moment where he figures this all too. Buffy asks if they want to be part of the team. Willow and Xander are going to mumble some stuff here. Buffy says they can all go. The two of them yelling at her with Giles poking on her is the way to defeat. There's no way to defeat Adam. And they're all just mumbling at each other and fighting. Everyone needs to shut up. Buffy then goes on about the ancient prophecy and how a chosen one and her pals was never part of it. I would also say, I don't know if that prophecy ever said that a chosen one and her didn't have a pal that brings her back to life when a certain other vampire drowns her. So throw all this stuff out the window. Come on, whatever. Xander did save her life. Let's not forget that. Then she's gonna leave, promising to get help elsewhere. There's people that are gonna help her out. We're gonna see Adam. He just says, "I've been waiting for you." And then we get another cut here. We see who he's talking to. Oh, it's Riley. He says, "I'm here now." So there you go.
Cut to black. To be continued.
It's going to be to be continued. This next episode is the de facto season finale. There's another episode after it, which only kind of... The next one's Primeval. It'll wrap up the Adam storyline. But there's another one afterwards, which is Bananas. We'll talk about those two episodes coming up on the Rewatchers Council. Guys, thanks so bloody much for joining me talking about the Yoko Factor. Brennan, why don't you tell everybody what you're up to here on the good old internets, my buddy?
Well, first off, Anthony Head's singing voice is really good.
Well, yeah. It's almost like they imagined doing something with that later on.
Yes. You can find me on Blue Sky, run at bluesky.social. You can find me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube at Page Turners They Are Not.
Man. Ferris, what about you, pal?
Guys, you can find me Ferris at Ferris Malone on Twitter, at Ferris Malone at bluesky.social. You can find me in 8 minutes on our sports channel. Me and Caleb are doing our preview show for the opening night of the NFL.
Ooh.
Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to be talking about that. And the big news that happened last week, the Micah Parsons. He's no longer a Dallas Cowboy. So we'll talk about that as well. Then you'll find me tomorrow, 3:00 Pacific, on the Rewatchers Council, Angel Edition.
Nice. Probably
And
the
I'll be
best.
there too.
Yes, Man. You guys are in for a good episode. It is probably the best Angel episode yet. That's Warzone. We'll be talking about that live tomorrow. Now, we're going to have LGRN After Snark back this weekend on a special Sunday edition of LGRN After Snark.
Oh,
We're going to talk about video games they just end up killing, where you just can't play them anymore. It's Danny's birthday this week, so maybe a couple of things with Danny. That's going to be here on post credits. No starting 11 over on Good Friends, Better Rivals. It's an international break. We'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Why don't you guys talk about international football?
Because we have a mission statement to talk about the EPL.
All right.
Otherwise, I'd be talking every week about this stuff, and I'm gonna have once in a while you need a little respect.
Yes.
Respect of time or whatever to reflect on how well Chelsea's doing, how much better they look than everybody. Now, I know Ferris also believes that in his whole in his soul.
Better than Richmond and AFC.
Also, one thing I have to say about Mike Parsons, he goes over to the Packers. The Packers, the team I hate more than any team in the world, and I hope he has a poor, if very short career. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Warzone coming up tomorrow live. Join us for that. And until then, in the words of our fallen pal Forrest, we'll see you next time.